good people, welcome back to my channel. This is Sophia the Life Coach, your #1 online coaching show. Here we do life together as we get empowered through learning. Thank you for always returning to watch my videos. I really appreciate you so much. I don't take your support for granted. I hope you're doing fine and keeping safe. I am well, I thank God. If you're new here, feel warmly welcomed. Please keep it locked here for more learning. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that anytime I will upload a new video, you will get notified. To my premier gang, I appreciate you so much. You guys are the best. I really enjoy live chat every time we are catching up when the video premieres. I can't thank you enough. I am just praying for you and wishing you all the best. Please remember to like the video, share out widely to as many people as possible. We need to reach wider audience with this information that I'm sharing here, because this is life touching and life changing. Please help me to reach many people by sharing, by liking, because when you like, the video get more recommendation, and I will really appreciate you a lot. And give me your thoughts on the comment section about the topic that I am sharing today. I'll be talking about parenting. These are the hurtful things that parents tell their children. I know one might relate to this. Maybe at a personal level, you might have said these words unknowingly to your children and you are not aware if you are hurting them, or you are told these words by your parents when you are growing up and you're still healing the emotional wounds that you experienced that time. Let's keep it locked here till the end as we get to learn together. And you know, every day is a learning day, and we can change whenever we feel necessary of the things we are doing if we learn a better way to do it. My name is Sophia Moronge. I am a passionate life coach and a counseling psychologist. Please follow me on Instagram at Sophia_Moronge, or send me a WhatsApp message on 0718-970-325 in case you have any personal challenge you're going through and you need someone to talk to, or you have a story that you can share to encourage people. Get in touch with me. I will get back to you, and I will really appreciate you so much. Let's get to the video as we get learning. The way you are raised up can really have a very huge impact on who you are today or the person you become. Your relationship with parents and the environment that you grow in really shapes your personality, your interest, your character, your behavior, and much more than people would realize it. Harmful behavior and phrases used by parents when we are growing up can impact your mental being and your emotional being. It can also affect how you are viewing other people's relationships or even who you grow up to become. As I look into this topic, I really remembered how parents use words without even much care, without even thinking into them a lot. And you know, the word that you tell to your children, they can be very impactful to them. So whenever you want to say something to your children, or whenever you want to say something to your sibling, always mind how you would feel if the same words were said to you. It's very important. In my another video, I said we always need to be careful and keen whenever we want to say any word to anybody, especially children when they are growing up, because we can really break them into pieces. We can really hurt them emotionally until they grow up with those emotional wounds, and that is what we call trauma. Number one is when a parent tells a child, like, you are too dramatic, you are too childish, grow up. And this is a child already. What are you trying to tell that child? You're bringing emotions down. Maybe they have experienced a challenge and they want to share to you, and they are breaking out to you. Now that they have trust in you as a parent, you will help them because they don't know someone else who can help them. And now they come to you, you start telling them they are dramatic. This can cause a child to feel unsafe when they are around you. Even expressing their feelings to you anymore will be a challenge. That's why you find some children are suffering within themselves, but they can't open up to a parent and share because maybe previous case happened, they shared, and the dad or mom never bothered, or they told the child, you're dramatic, stop it, mature. You see, they are children and they are supposed to be children. That's why they are called children. You're not supposed to tell them grow up, because they will just grow up with time. As they grow, as they learn, as they get understanding, they will always change from child characters, from child behaviors as they get maturity with time. So whenever you tell your child they are dramatic, they need to grow up, especially those children who are understanding what you mean or what it means, you really break them. So it's good to avoid such words to children. The other thing that can hurt a child is when a parent say to them, why are you like this? What's wrong with you? This really affects their childhood journey because it comes from a parent, the person who they trust the most, and they believe this is the person who is supposed to be with them when they are frustrated, when they are having challenges with life. They know it's only mom or dad who can help me in this. And then now when you share to your parents, they start like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you be this and that? Why can't you do that? You see, this one makes children feel unworthy, and it gives them chances, and it gives them fear to be free with you again. You should always give children chances to talk to you as a parent and let them feel safe when they are around you. Let them feel free with you so that they can always confide in you whenever they face any challenge. You have seen many children having been raped, they can't even share with the parents, or they have a bad experience in school. Maybe one teacher is really killing them mercilessly, and maybe the punishment is too severe. Even though they might have made a mistake, is not equal to the punishment they get, but they can't share with the parent because even when they talk to the parent, there is nothing much they see done by that parent to change that situation. The thing number 3 that is hurtful to a child is telling your children, you belong to me and nobody else. You see, the overprotective parents who make their children believe that love is about control and ownership. This can affect emotional growth of children. Maybe you want to suggest something to your parent and they're like, you can't say this. I am the one who decides what is happening here. You are making these mistakes and I am feeding you. You're making these mistakes and you are still under my roof. Not here. Maybe somewhere else. You see, you're controlling your children. Even if they want to have a talk with you and you as a parent is not willing to listen to them, I am the one who is supposed to rule what is happening to you in your life because I am your parent. That one also can mess a child's upbringing. The other hurtful thing is that parent tells their children, as long as I am feeding you, you will follow my rules, my guidelines, the things that we have set in this house, you have to follow them until you mature and you go to your place. They control you because they are providing. You see, whenever you hear parents saying such words, they want to put you under their intense control. Now that they are feeding you, that is a parent's responsibility to feed your children, to educate your children. You see, that's why even some parents are threatening their children, if you don't do this, I will curse you. If you don't do that, I fed you, I gave birth to you, I carried you 9 months in my womb, and you're not even appreciating. I have fed you, I have educated you, I have catered for you until now you have a job, and now you don't want to give me money. You have to build for me, you have to do this. And they give you many responsibilities to do for them now that they gave birth to you and they fed you and they educated you. You see, that is a very controlling parent, and that is so unfair to children, because these things they are telling you to do for them, they are the things that they were not able to do by themselves. So they are burdening you with their failures, because if they were able to do it, they could not be telling you or commanding you to do them. Yes, it's important for children to respect their parents, but it's just to respect, to honor them, but not to follow everything they say to the latter, because these are the things are messing even young people. You want to save some cash that you're earning from your employment, but your parent is on your neck. You have to do this, you have to do that. You can't even have little money to save for yourself. So they are preparing you for a future like the one they are having, because if they don't give you an opportunity to save your money, to invest, and you're spending everything today, when the time for you comes to retire like them, you will not have saved enough for yourself. So parents, don't control your children. Guide them and bring them up in a right way. The children who are brought up in a right way, by the way, it's not a must for a parent to request anything from them. Those children are responsible enough, and they know, I need to do this or that for my parents, without your pressure to them. The other thing is that parents body shaming them. You know, even parents can body shame their children. You see, when a parent start telling you are too thin, or you are too fat, or you are overweight, or you are lightweight, you see, parents, by the way, use these words lightly. They don't mean it seriously, but it really hurts the child. You see, imagine your mom is telling you that. When you go out, you meet other kids or other bullies in school, and they say the same to you. In whose hands are you safe? You feel hurt. If the parent who you could come back to and tell them, Mom, Dad, my friends are saying this about my weight and I don't like it, they are the parents who are saying it in your face. Who do you face? Who do you go to so that they can console you? The parent is the last person, if there is need to say such things or such words to your children, because you are the one who is supposed to be guiding them. Anytime you see like they are overeating, don't wait until they get overweight and now you start body shaming them and shouting at them. You are not supposed to eat now. Look at the way you are fat. Just alert them in advance. Even the meals that you're preparing for your children, the meals that you're cooking for them, really matters how their health condition should be. So that is a failure for a parent, unless those people who have genes that may make someone to be just fat naturally, to be just huge in nature. These others that are caused by overeating or not eating, that one parents can control. Just help your children and guide them how they should be. You know, children never know how future looks like, but you are a grown up already and you know. Remember, your children don't learn by what you say to them, they learn through what you're doing. Actions will always speak louder than words. So the way you're doing, the way you carry out yourself even at home, that is how your children learn a lot, and that is what they capture other than what you say to them. That's why you find a family where parents lead their children by good example. Maybe you go to church, or you are respective to your work or your employees. Them will always come and learn from you. They pick up from what you do. So if you want your children to be good, you want them to be the best, lead as an example. Be the best and your children will be the best. The other hurtful thing parents say to their children is, I wish you are more like. You see, now there comes comparison. I wish you are more like your brother. I wish you are more like me. You see, even there are parents who want their children to be like them. They're like, you know, me, I was this and that. And you see, those examples that they give us about how they were is not necessarily the case. Maybe they were even opposite of what they tell their children to do. Now that you as a child, you are not there in their days, you can't really know, but their characters tell. You must not be there when they were growing up, but you can really tell by the kind of parent they are to you and by the kind of person they are in the society. So when a parent start telling their children, I wish you are more like your friend so and so, I wish you are more like your cousin, they are doing this and that, they are so systematic, they love school, you don't like schooling, or you don't like going to church, or you don't like doing this and that, you are very dirty, you don't maintain cleanliness like the other girls, you don't do this, you don't do that. That one will bring self-esteem to your children. It really affects child when you start comparing them to the other person, because they feel like, why then did you not take them to be your child? Have you ever been in that situation and your parent is like, you don't do like your brother, and then let you just be with my brother, then leave me, because now you don't see anything good out of me. You see, when a parent, you start comparing your children, or you want them to be like so and so, you are not appreciating who they are. And when a child realize they are not appreciated, it really breaks them, because they feel unloved. If you have been two ladies walking somewhere and you met a gentleman and that guy was very specific and he talks to you, you're like, oh, we are in a hurry. It's not you. I wanted to talk to your friend. And you look at her, you look at yourself, and you feel sorry for yourself, because you even wanted to prevent the discussion or the talk from the guy, and now he shows you he's not even interested with you. He wants to talk to your friend. How does that feel? Or you are at workplace for a meeting and your employer is there. It's like, so and so, you're doing a very good job, and why don't you do like the way he does? He's a very good employee actually. He does this and that. His work is always on point, but you don't deliver very good job. We're just keeping you here because of keeping you. You'll just start feeling like a liability to that employer. It comes out automatically because you feel bad when someone compares you with another person, when you know very well that you are gifted and you are all able differently. There must be something that you do better than them, of course, but whenever someone stands and they now want to show you the way someone is better than you you really feel even demoralized, and you feel sometimes less of a person. Like you wonder, kwani, what are they doing better than me, or what's wrong with me? So I usually encourage someone, whenever you want to compare another person, or whenever you want to say anything to someone, always reflect it back to you and ask, if I were the person who is being told exactly those words, how would it feel to me, or how would it be to me? Would I really be happy about it? Whenever you filter such reasoning in your mind, you will always be kind to anyone you meet, not even your children, any other person that you meet, because everyone is having different challenges in life and they are coping with them. Whenever you meet them and you want to talk to them the way you feel like, you might be just breaking them the part that is remaining. That's why you are seeing even young children poisoning themselves to die, hanging themselves to die, because now they know, I don't have someone to talk to. Young children don't even know about counseling, so they can't even reach out to a counselor. They don't know who to talk to. They only depend on their parents, and if they can't feel safe with you as a parent, then that's why you find some children vanish from their homes, they go to the streets, or they just hang themselves to die. It's always good to know that even children experience stress. That's why you find even a newborn, sometimes they can cry uncontrollably. You don't know what's happening to them. Maybe they are uneasy, maybe they are uncomfortable, and you don't know, because they can't talk to tell you this is what I am feeling. So every time you want to handle these young children, you should always have their future in mind, because the children you are bringing up a society. So if you bring up broken children, you are just letting a broken human being out to the society. Or you just tell your child, that is the way I was raised up and I turned out fine. You see, you want to compare them with you. Times have changed. The way our parents were beating us is not the same way with our children today. By the way, the more you beat your children to bring out the hell in them, that is the way you harden them, and that is where you just mess up with them. Those people who are really beaten up when they are growing up, you even harden their mind. They just become hard in nature. You cannot even guide them anymore. And even building back relationship again with them as a child-parent relationship is quite hard, because they never trust you again. This makes children feel that their problem or their feelings is not important to you, because now you want them to be like you. Maybe something happened to you when you are growing up. Now you tell them, you are just overreacting. You see, me, I was just like that, and this and that happened to me, and you see I'm just fine. Why are you like this? Why are you doing this? I remember our parents telling us that, you see, when we were growing up, we even never had shoes. We were just sharing clothes with our siblings, and you can't raise your children in this generation the same way. It's really can't make sense. Most great people who wish the best for their children actually say, I always want my children to have a better life than the one I had. I want my children to have a good experience about life than my own experience, and that's why we work our best every day. We do our best every day to better our finance life, to better our relationship with our children, to better our relationship with our partner, to better everything around our family setup, so that our kids will have good experience as they are growing up. The other hurtful thing is telling a child, you were an accident. I wish I never gave birth to you. Has your parent ever said such word to you? I wish I just gave birth to a bread and eat it and forget about you. I regret the day I ever set my eyes on you. You were a bad omen in my life. I wish you never happened. Parents, those words really pierce to the heart of your child. Even if you are in a relationship with a person and they start regretting the day you met them, that is just a stranger, and they're like, oh, I wish we never crossed our paths. I wish I never knew you. You really feels bad. Just imagine your own child who has their everything on your hands, and now you tell them the way you regret giving birth to them, the way they are just an accident, like you finish that child. Even if they grow up, they will always remain with that wound in their heart forever. Or those parents who abandon their children, you just leave them, you don't care about them, and you go, and your children know their parent is alive, but they don't know you. You have not even met them, and you're just somewhere. I don't know how such people think about life, or even maybe you remember your children or you don't, but that one messes a child. Telling a child that I regret the day I gave birth to you. You are a mistake. It will always affect your child's entire life, thinking that they are a mistake and they were not meant to be. That's why they even can never care about their future, because if you don't care about them, who care about them anyway? So as parents, I usually say it's always good to be intentional when you are parenting every time. That's why it's very important to plan for children before you give birth to any child. Always make sure you are at a good place financially, you are at a good place emotionally, even health-wise, because these things that I have mentioned here can really be triggered by personal challenges that a parent is going through, and now you can relieve your pain and bitterness to your children, especially for mothers when they are not in good terms with their husbands. They always ooze bitterness to their children. I don't know why it happens, but this is what happens mostly. You find you have had inconveniences or differences with your husband, but you now start insulting the kids with their dad. You are foolish like your dad. Or if your dad did not mess my life making me pregnant, I could not be having you here. You see, you blame your children on the mistakes of their dad, and you see, even those children don't understand anything that is happening to you or that is happening between you and your partner. So whatever I'd like to say as I conclude is that when you're bringing up children, remember this is the future you're building. This is a dad or a mom to some kids in future you're bringing up. This is someone who needs to solve some problem in society you're bringing up. This is person who is supposed to grow up with very good morals. Whenever you want to say anything that can mess them up, it's better to avoid saying it. The time when your emotions are quite down, and now you will talk to them, because I know all these things happens every time when a parent is sad When you're mad with your challenges, the things that you're going through, the bitterness in life, that is when you say those bitter words to your children and you are hurting them. If you are a parent and you're saying such things to your children, just pray for forgiveness to God, because children are a gift from God. When you are messing children, you're just messing up with God, because remember, there is someone who is crying somewhere every day, day in, day out, and they are just praying for a fruit of womb. They just want to have a baby and they do not have capability to get a child. And you, God has blessed you with children and you're messing them up. It can never be well with you. Children are just happy souls. So don't hurt them, don't mess up with them, because when you mess up with them, you mess up with God, you mess up with yourself. I hope this one got to make a change or brought a new perspective about parenting, and we can do better. We can change whenever necessary, because change is always inevitable. And maybe you are a mature person, you're still bitter with life because of the things that you went through when you were growing up in the hands of your parents. You are still having those inner wounds. The childhood trauma is still in you. Please seek help. Look for a counselor who can talk to you, who can guide you through the healing journey. Sophia is always here to get to listen to you and walk with you through that journey. And you know, it must not be a very huge problem when you go to see a counselor. Even when you feel like you're not okay emotionally or you are not doing well mentally, you need someone to talk to and relax your mind, someone who will listen to you and you pour your heart out. It's always a good way to make a change and to improve on yourself, because if your parent did that to you, you are now a mature person. You need to better yourself, because if you don't heal those inner wounds that are in you right now, you will come to get children and you will mess them up the same way you are messed up. So it's always good to heal and be at a good place, even to raise your children with love. I really appreciate you for watching till the end. I don't take your support for granted, guys. Remember to share out to as many people as possible. Every parent needs to hear this, because maybe they are making these mistakes unknowingly. Give the video a like and share with us on the comment section. Maybe you are experiencing such, or maybe you had that encounter while you are growing up. How did you cope with it? Have you healed already, or you're still in the healing journey? Or are you a parent and you had found yourself using such words unknowingly? Please share and we will really appreciate. If you're watching and you've not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and press the notification bell. Whenever I will bring these educational topics, any day, anytime, you will get notified and you will get to join my premier gang and be live together with me as we chat live. I appreciate you all and I love you all. I am Sophia Muronge. I am a counseling psychologist. See you in the next video and bye.